evening, everyone. Welcome to Songwriter Spotlight. This is where we highlight or spotlight a West Tennessee singer-songwriter on every first and third Thursday evening of the month. It's brought to you by the West Tennessee Delta Heritage Center right here in Brownsville, Tennessee. My name is Sonia and I am your host this evening. Tonight we have a hometown boy as our special guest. William Anthony was raised here, and if you hear me call him Tony, it's not actually a mistake, it's just what I was used to. So thank you, Tony, for being here tonight. It's great to have you back in Brownsville, and I'm looking forward to hearing your music and hearing the stories that you have to share about them. Tell me what your early influence in music was.
My earliest influences, even before I started playing the guitar, I watched Hee Haw and the Grand Ole Opry and Porter Wagner Show from a very young age. And you know, guys like Jerry Reed, Roy Clark, they were big influences to me. And I really liked that style of picking and playing and, you know, and song, I call it song telling. It's kind of storytelling with a song. And it definitely influenced, you know, the first song that I'm going to do, which is called the Illinois Conservation Police. And it's a 98% true story, so I hope you enjoy it. Well, I grew up down by the Hatchie Bottom, hunting big old deer. Man, we got them, racks so big, it looked like the toting a rocket ship. But I always wanted to go up north and hunt them monsters in Illinois. They make Haywood County deer look like the ponies at the fair. And I've seen them, man, so I guess I know in the magazines and the videos, they're big as a bull and long as a 12-passenger bus. But I could take me one with a gun or a bow. For some reason, I just never did go till the fall of 11 when I gave in to antler lust. See, me and some buddies, we paid our price, filled the truck with diesel and our coolers with ice, and we pointed it north, laid that hammer down. We were headed to the land of the Boone and Crockett's with 5-hour energies in all my pockets. Man, I was going there to put Pike County meat on the ground. The next morning, we were scouting our place to get. I couldn't believe what I saw, and I'm not sure yet, but the deer sign we found beat all I'd ever seen. Well, there were scrapes that looked like big sinkholes. They'd been rubbed in trees big as telephone poles, and the deer trails looked like you took a tractor and just plowed it through. Well, I found a perfect tree after a short little sweep, and we headed to the motel to grab some sleep, because tomorrow was about to make all my dreams come true. When daylight broke, I was in my stand, smack dab in the middle of the promised land. And I was staying there till that buck decided to present himself. And then it happened, son, about 9:15. Something was coming up out of the ravine, coming through the woods towards me, and I got distressed. Well, they were big and mean and vigorous and green, and man, the scariest thing I'd ever seen. The lead one had a big gold star on his chest. Well, he pointed at me, and then down at the ground, I pointed at myself and looked around, and he just nodded real slow, like, yeah, you get the picture. Well, I shimmied on down and he emptied my gun, and I realized this wasn't gonna be no fun when he told his partner to leave me at my new iPhone 4S. Well, wildlife officers weren't new to me. We got them back home there in Tennessee. They all have a reputation for being pretty tough. He's the warden, the boss, Ranger Dan. Of course, we just always call him the man. He's bad news for you if you ain't doing things right enough. But these dudes were tough on a whole new level. Part Navy SEAL and Tasmanian Devil, and there was more of them than there was of us. One of them was a girl, and she was tough as a man. In fact, she just got back from Afghanistan, where she took out 100 insurgents before she ever got off the bus. Well, they were coming over hills and out of the thickets, and all at once they started writing tickets, and from that moment on, it was Katie bar the door. Well, they wrote me one for no orange around, and Cecil one for spilling corn on the ground. They even wrote Buster one for hunting in a cowboy hat. They wrote ticket for licenses and the wrong kind of load, and even for parking too close to the road, and it wasn't hard to figure out where their hearts were at. When they were all done and left us alone, we were holding enough paper to refinance a home, and our wallets were crying and singing the homesick blues. But hey, aside from that, they were okay guys, and we posed for pictures and said our goodbyes, and just like that, they were gone like last week's news. We just met the Illinois Conservation Police. Unlike anything I'd seen in the Southeast, they were like buzzards on our water, and man, they had a feast. Yeah, it was the Illinois Conservation Police. We're still Illinois outlaws in a legal bind. See, none of us ever did pay them fines, and I imagine them boys are looking for us as we speak. So this year, when deer season comes around, I'll be more than happy to just stand my ground right here in the land of the brave and the home of the free. But with the blessings of the Lord and a little luck, one day I'll get that trophy buck, but you can bet he'll reside right here in Tennessee.
Cute. I can see the Jerry Reed influence on your music. When did you pick up the guitar and start playing?
The first time I remember playing was probably 5th or 6th grade, and started taking lessons in the 7th grade.
I remember you being in a local band back in the day. Definitely not the style that you do now. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, we were Savage. And we were Savage before Savage was cool, right? Yeah, me and some local neighborhood friends started a band, and of course we were influenced by, you know, Kiss and Van Halen and a lot of Southern rock, so that was the style that we played, and we figured that's what we would do, and you know, for the rest of our lives. And some of those guys they've gone on to build careers in the music business.
So when did you start writing music?
I really started rewriting songs that I'd heard on the radio, probably in my late 20s, early 30s, but it wasn't until probably 94, 95 that I wrote my first song. And I just thought it was a fluke, but then I wrote another one, and it's gone on from there.
Tell me the inspiration behind your next song.
So the inspiration for the next song, it really just came out of my life, and it just came to me driving down the road one day. I started singing the chorus, and when I got home, picked up the guitar and put some chords to it, and I don't remember how long it took to finish writing it, but and it's called I Cant Hide. Man, I'm feeling so much older than my 40 years. One minute I'm fighting mad, then I'm breaking down in tears. I know a man shouldn't feel this way. My stage in life, with a house, a job, 2 young kids, and my best friend for my wife. But I'm stuck here at the crossroads, and this life ain't making sense. Should I stay here on this path I chose, or climb over the fence? You know the grass, it all looks greener over on the other side. When I'm looking in the mirror, son, there ain't nowhere to hide. It's what I heard my daddy say when I was just a kid. I told myself I'd never fight the same things that he did. But now here I stand in those same shoes, just a few miles down the road, trying to figure out these answers, like how I got this old, why I'm stuck here at the crossroads, and this life ain't making sense. Should I stay here on this path I chose, or climb over the fence? You know the grass, it all looks greener over on the other side. legacy is just the choices that you make. And there's some things, man, that you can't change, no matter what you do. So I choose my steps carefully. Hey, I can't speak for you, but I think I'll stay here at the crossroads till this life starts making sense. And the boys are out of school today. I think I'll help them paint the fence. You know our grass is looking greener on the lower 40 side. When I'm looking in the mirror, son, I don't have to hide, 'cause there ain't nowhere to hide. It's what I heard my daddy say when I was just a kid.
Wow, I wasn't expecting it to end like that. That's nice, great. Well, you can definitely tell the country influences in your style. You said that your writing is influenced by your life, by whatever is happening or going on at the time. How does your next song feed into that?
Well, I've always been a big fan of Brad Paisley, you know, his songwriting and his guitar playing. And there was a period of time where I spent a lot of time on YouTube, you know, watching and learning and listening to his stuff. And this song just pretty well came out of one of his popular songs that I didn't rewrite it, but the influence came from that. The song's called Alcohol. And I like to say I took that song and took the alcohol out of it, and this is what you had left, okay?
All right, let's hear it.
All right, this is If I Was Brad Paisley. If I was Brad Paisley, I'd teach me to play. Show me some brand new licks every day, and explain what goes on between my head and my hands that makes the mere mortal say, how's he playing that man? If I was Brad Paisley, I'd write me a song, let my friends and family all sing along, and we'd have us more downloads than iTunes could count, and I'd send all the royalties to my bank account, and we'll sing about the good stuff and none of the bad, a whole lot of happy and just a little sad about our friends and our family and all the good times we've had. Yeah, that's sure what I would do if I was Brad. That's exactly what I would do if I was you, Brad. If I was Brad Paisley, I'd ride me a bull. I think that might give me just a little more cool, since I've sung songs about it and all that guy stuff. Show them rodeo cowboys that pickers are tough. Couldn't ride him for 8, but hey, it'd be enough. And if I was Brad Paisley, I'd take me on tour in a pre-post, better yet, a Learjet for sure, to play my songs and solos in that big old spotlight, and make sure I get home to kiss my baby goodnight, and we'll sing about the good stuff and none of the bad, a whole lot of happy and just a little sad about our friends and our family and all the good times
Well, since your name is not Brad Paisley, you must have to do something else for a living. Tell us what your real job is.
I'm in sales. I'm a distributor for Rexair, and I've been doing that since I was probably 25 years old.
So lots of time driving around and opportunities to think. Do songs come out of that very often?
Absolutely. A lot of songs that I've written have come or been influenced driving around, hear something on the radio, you know, this and that, like this next song. This song was influenced, I was driving and listening to the radio, and there was a St. Jude telethon that was on the radio, and you know, testimonials from parents who'd had children there, and even from some of the children who were survivors. And it really hit me hard emotionally. You know, I'm driving down the road just crying like crazy. And when I got home, sometime later, this song came out of that. And just to me, it's a very important song. It has a lot of personal meaning as well.
What's the title of the song?
This one's called When She Smiles. Doctor holds her little hand, words she can't understand. She knows too well the fear and pain is real. The disease doesn't care that she's only 10. Now it's come back again. They say this time it's gonna win. But they're down in Memphis, where angels walk by the riverside, to bring the healing hope of God to every child's bedside. She tells her mom and daddy it's all gonna be okay. God has told her just have faith in Him and pray. And then she smiles, and the world looks bright. For a moment, their load feels lighter. She shows them just how good this life can be. 'Cause when she smiles, there's hope for tomorrow. No cancer, no pain, no sorrow. They don't have to live in yesterday. When she smiles, reaches up to hold my hand. Words I can't understand. She's walking out and the world belongs to her. She sees the young girl on the screen. She looks at me, what does it mean? Papa, why? What happened to her hair? I say she's down in Memphis, where angels walk by the riverside. Bring the healing hope of God right to her bedside. She says, don't worry, Papa, we'll go see her today. I'll give her some of my hair and then won't she be okay? And then she smiles, and the world looks brighter. For a moment, my load feels lighter. She shows me just how good this life can be. 'Cause when she smiles, there's hope for tomorrow. Blue sky, no tears, no sorrow. We don't have to live in yesterday. When she smiles, when she smiles, when she smiles, there's hope for tomorrow. Happiness, no grief, no sorrow, and no one has to live in yesterday. When she smiles,
listening right now, tell them how they can hear more of your music and find out more about you.
I have a YouTube page for my music, and it's not complete, but there's some links there. Facebook, I also have a Facebook music page. It's William Anthony at Country Come to Town. so I kind of stole your line, but yeah, and I have a SoundCloud account that has some, some rough demos of songs, but they're just kind of sketch pads that I just uploaded for my own, for my own listening. But I'm at the point now where I feel comfortable to let somebody else hear that. So,
thank you all for joining us here tonight. I hope that you will take the time to look William Anthony up on social media and learn more about his music. Tony, I understand you have an EP you've been working on.
I do. I have an EP. Went in the studio with Brian Hayes over at Farmhouse Studios back in the spring of 17, and we did tracks for 5 songs, and that's as far as I've gotten. But I've set a goal that before the end of the year, I'm going to get in the studio and complete that and release it. So that's my goal.
Well, we're going to hold you to that. Within the next year, I expect to hear the release of that EP. It's clear from your music that your faith and your family play a big part in things that you're writing about and how you're expressing yourself. What's the story behind the next song?
Yes, Sonia, it seems like that most all of the songs I've written have just come from experiences in my life, good or bad. And this song was influenced by my grandfather, who I really didn't know very well, and didn't get to spend a lot of time with him, but the few times that I did, it had an impact on me, and it certainly influenced this song. Yeah, this one is called Granddaddy's Guitar. The first time that I saw it, it was underneath the bed. I pulled that dusty case out, memories racing through my head. With careful hands I slowly raised that broken old black lid, and saw the legacy he left that so long had been hid. And it was faded cherry sunburst made me think of Tupelo, smoke stain from every honky-tonk, from Bill the music roll. The strings were loose and rusty, hadn't seen the tune in years, a relic if there ever was from the miles of sweat and tears. And though things didn't all turn out according to his plans, that old guitar was solid gold in my grandpa's hands, and he passed it down with my hands from afar. A few things in life are priceless, yes they are, like my granddaddy's guitar. I used to sit and watch it, I think I was only 3, as he played and sang the songs he wrote. He would always smile at me. I wonder if he wondered if I'd find it in my heart, the passion for this instrument that so much was a part of the life he dedicated and invested in his dream. This gentleman I barely knew passed it on to me, and it was so much more than just the wood and steel. There was something in the way it made me feel, and it was faded cherry sunburst made me think of Tupelo, smoke stain from every honky-tonk, from Bill the music roll. The strings were loose and rusty, hadn't seen a tune in years, a relic if there ever was from the miles of sweat and tears. And though things didn't all turn out according to his plans, that old guitar was solid gold in my grandpa's hands, and he passed it down to my hands from afar. A few things in life are priceless, yes they are, like my granddaddy's guitar. We put so much value on so many things, like houses, cars, bank accounts, big old diamond rings. Be careful not to miss the priceless few. Sometimes they're hiding right in front of you. When my son was only 7, he came down the hall one day, dragging something twice his size, saying, "Teach me how to play." He said, "Daddy, I've been watching close and I can play like you, if you take a little time to show me just a chord or two." And then in there I realized, though it seemed a little strange, same gift my grandpa gave to me was running through his veins. And it was faded cherry sunbursts made me think of Tupelo. Smoke stained from every honky tonk, build the music roll. The strings were loose and rusty, hadn't seen a tune in years. A relic if there ever was from the miles of sweat and tears. And though things didn't all turn out according to his plans, that old guitar was solid gold in my grandpa's hands. He passed it down to my hands from afar. A few things in life are priceless, yes they are, like my granddaddy's guitar.
I know that you're not out performing on a regular basis. How often do you find yourself just sitting down with the guitar and playing?
Oh, I perform every day at home, yeah, and I play probably an hour or two every day. It's enjoyment, it's therapy, it's addiction. It's just what I do.
Well, we've enjoyed you being here today. Thank you for being a part of our Songwriter Spotlight.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.
Again, thank you all for joining us tonight. I know you've been enjoying William Anthony's music, his storytelling. I hope that you will look him up on social media and keep up with what he has going on. We're going to hold him to that EP within the next year. Tony, what did you bring to play us out on?
This last song is called My Kind of Country, and it's one of those that started with a guitar lick, you know, kind of a funky guitar lick, and the lyrics came later, and it progressed, and it's a pretty important song. It's going to be on the EP. Let me tell you about my country, this place I'm blessed to be. Proud to call her my homeland, from sea to shining sea. It's where you'll find my family, who died to make us free. This place we're all gonna pull together, even if we don't all agree. Well, you might not understand this, but old glory's gone away. And you can call us what you want to, son, but we're the free and we're the brave. Yeah, that's my kind of country. That's a country made for me. And we sing real country music, just like it's supposed to be. Let me tell you about a place in the country my daddy gave to me, the north end of the county, on the edge of Tennessee. It's where I raise my family, it's where I shoot my gun.